Hello everyone, this is Pamperchew. Today I have this medical device that I need to work on. This is for my friend, let's call him Fuzzy, that's his nickname, and he needs oxygen. And this is one of the machines that he has that doesn't work. Now they took away his normal oxygen, so he's not getting one from the state anymore. And he needed me to fix this for him. It doesn't seem to stay on. The problem that he's having with this is that it keeps throwing circuit breakers. So I'm guessing it just has a dead short in it somehow. Let's take a closer look. This is a New Life AirSep. Yeah, New Life AirSep. If we look here closely, I think, what does that say? 17,000 hours? Something like that. So it has quite a lot of time on it. The oxygen produced by this device vigorously accelerates combustion. No smoking or anything or flame around this. Is that the input? Yeah, there's the air intake or something like that. I've never worked on one of these before. This will be the first time I've taken one apart. There's a circuit breaker, I think. Yeah, it must have. That was the problem. He was telling me that it kept blowing the circuit breaker. And then we got here. Some sort of battery backup, I guess. This thing is really heavy, so I wouldn't be surprised if it had a battery backup. In the event of alarm or patient discomfort, contact your physician. Okay. I am the equipment repairman today, so I guess I contact myself and let him know that something isn't working. Well, I took the cover off just because I was curious to see what was inside, and probably because I'm going to have to repair something. This is just an amazing piece of technology, something that can help save someone's life and help them breathe. You got these canisters here. That's where the oxygen is probably generated. I kind of imagine you'd fill this up with water and just put electricity onto it and generate your hydrogen and oxygen. But it doesn't look like that's how it works. I don't see any water tank or anything like that. I'm going to have to go online and see how these work. But you can see there's 1, 2 big canisters on the back. And there's a little canister in there. I think that's just a filter, some sort of fuel filter. It looks like a fuel filter, but for oxygen filter. A solenoid there. Down here, it looks like, I'm thinking those are solenoids. I can't see the back of them, but that's what they look like, relays. Yeah, they are. They're all solenoids, because there's one there with a red cap, and there's 4 there. I don't know why there's 4, but some sort of cooling fan. Over here, there's some sort of compressor. Well, I just figured out how to get the front cover off, and I can show you a little more detail of how this thing works. That's some sort of compressor and air and cooler. There's 2 fans on each side. You got your electric motor right in the center. And I wish I knew more about how these things worked. There's another cooling fan. And I think this is the only circuit board in here. I'm gonna look closely at that circuit board for any failed components. But I'm imagining if it's just throwing the circuit breaker, something major failed. Like this motor, I can disconnect the compressor and just plug it back in and see if everything else turns on. That would tell me right away if it was a dead short in the coil or something like that. Here's a little maintenance card that I found in here. It was last worked on in 2001, and at the time it had 16,000 hours. Okay, I'm going to do a straight power test. He said that it was blowing circuit breakers. Yeah, it seems to be working. There it goes. So right when some relay kicked on, it blew the circuit breaker here. Let's watch it from the back this time. Maybe we can see what actually failed. Okay. So let's do that again. The compressor's not turning at all. There it goes. I just gave it a little flick. Let's see if it runs with the compressor on. Might just be a dirty compressor. Sounds good so far. We got oxygen. And there's our pressure valve. Hey, I think we got it fixed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out the compressor and oil it up really well, and I'm gonna get a new battery for him, and I think that's it. Let's see if the compressor starts up by itself again. Yeah, see, I gotta give it a little flick. That looks like all that's wrong with it. I oiled the motor and compressors, and I now think it's just the starter capacitor that's failed. That's up in there. And I do have replacements of those, so that'll be an easy fix. So here's the failed capacitor. You can get a macro shot of this. It's hard to read here. I can read it to you. It says at 60 hertz, it's 500 volt, 15 microfarad, which I definitely have capacitors this size. I just got to go find them. These are the only starter capacitors that I have in my inventory right now. I'm thinking this one might work. This is a 15 microfarad, 300 volt AC. I think it'll be fine, because this was used for, this came out of a washing machine, like a dishwasher. So I'm gonna try this one. Should work. Alright, so let's test this. I got the new capacitor in, and it works. No explosions. Compressor's going. That's good. Let's do it again. Okay, compressor stopped. There it goes. Hey, I fixed it. All in 1 hour. I guess I'll drop this off to him today, so he'll have his oxygen. And I just zip tied the new capacitor up in place so it doesn't hit against the compressor. And it's time to put the cover back on. I'm gonna definitely write down replaced starter capacitor and oiled motor. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.